5, 4, 3.
You didn't say 2 or 1.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Jackson and Seth at the Movies, where we talk about movies all day.
All day.
I'm here with my awesome best friend, Seth. Seth, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. You know, feeling a little under the weather, just got over some sickness, but I'm feeling good, ready to talk about some movies with you in our next guest appearance. Jackson, introduce him.
That's right, we have a guest. He is a fellow filmmaker. We've worked with him a couple of times before. He's also a really good friend of ours. This is Kirby Saxton.
Kirby Saxton here. What's up, guys? I'm really excited to be on Jackson and Seth at the Movies. I'm stoked. I'm stoked as heck. So let's get going. I'm ready.
All right. Why don't we get started? So we're going to switch up a little things. We usually do movies first, then news last. But we're going to get news out of the way because there's this one certain thing that has to do with Star Wars that caused a lot of huge fuss.
Yeah, it's crazy. No one's been talking about it. It's not anywhere. Haven't seen it reported at all. It's really basically just underground at this point. But Phil Lord, Chris Miller kicked off the Han Solo movie.
That's right. They didn't just leave the set. They got fired, kicked out, never to do this movie again.
Yeah, man.
Kind of unfortunate. Here's my question for you guys. Were you guys interested in a Han Solo spin-off movie in the first place?
When there were early talks about there being a Han Solo movie, I don't think it's a good idea. I think you kind of see Han Solo's arc in the original Star Wars movies. But once they announced that Phil Lord and Chris Miller were making a Han Solo prequel movie, I was excited because I would see anything Phil Lord and Chris Miller made.
I agree.
Love Cloudy, The Chance of Meatballs. I love the Jump Street movies. I love Clone High, the TV show that they made before all of that. And obviously the Lego movie, big fan. So I was stoked, and I felt like they would do something that was subversive and sort of like changed the game a little bit with prequels. I mean, I don't know.
I agree. Seth, what are your thoughts on a Han Solo movie?
I mean, at first I was just like, all right, I'll see. I wasn't way too into it because at the time it was announced I wasn't way too into Star Wars. But I was like, okay, I'll see it, you know. And then when they did announce the directors, I was stoked because, like Kirby, I love all those guys' stuff. But I don't know. It's a pretty shitty situation they're in.
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, and I love these guys. These are really good directors. I've seen most of their stuff. I'm not an absolute huge fan of Cloudy, Chance of Meatballs, but I love the concept and the idea. I love their Lego movie and the 20 Jump Streets movies. They're really, really funny.
Well, and 22 Jump Street has this huge kind of meta-narrative criticizing sequels and like sort of recognizing that it itself is a sequel and that is unnecessary. And so the idea of them making a movie that a lot of people don't think should exist and sort of being aware of that while making it, I mean, that's sort of their thing, is that they take concepts that sound bad on paper and create something really original and good.
That's true.
With that. And so now it's just like, I feel like it's just going to be a sort of by-the-numbers formula Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
If Ron Howard can do anything with it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, in case you didn't know, after when it's Chris Lord and Phil...
It's the other way around. It's Phil Lord and
Phil
Chris
Lord
Miller.
and Chris... Fuck.
Philip Lord and Christopher Miller.
Phil Lord and Chris Miller. Okay. After when they left, Ron Howard replaced them. He is the new director for Han Solo. Do you guys like Ron Howard?
No. Fuck Ron Howard. He's a fucking prick.
That's Seth's thoughts. Some good stuff. I don't know, because I like some of Ron Howard's movies, and others I'm sort of met on. Seth and I saw In the Heart of the Sea. It was pretty fucking bad.
I heard. I didn't see it.
But I like Night Shift. It's an early one. I like him as an actor. I'm one of the only people who's like loves Happy Days. I mean, it's pretty bad, but I like it.
I've seen him in the Andy Griffith Show.
Andy Griffith Show as a little kid.
Yeah.
He's in Music Man as Winthrop. But and I liked his Beatles documentary that just came out. Obviously, like Apollo 13 is pretty good.
That one's my favorite out of all his movies.
I mean, I don't know. He's just kind of depends on the script. I feel like he's similar to Ridley Scott, in that he's kind of just like shoots what the script needs him to do, and that's fine, and it can make for some good movies. But also it can make like Inferno and In the Heart of the Sea. I don't know. So I think that he's just going to be sort of like Kathleen Kennedy's like
yes man
who just sort of does all the things that she wants him to do, and that's fine. Because I mean, I feel like probably she made, with the demands she made on Rogue One, she probably made it a better movie than it was going to be. But it depends on each movie, because I think with some sort of author, some person making the creative decisions and like being an auteur makes movies better. But I mean, we'll see. It could still be good. You never know.
Yeah, I'm open to it. Like, I mean, I agree with what you said. It depends on if the script is good. I mean, I guess with because I mean, with the guys who did a Lego Movie originally doing this, it would be more interesting because, like you said, with they take unpopular stuff or concept that doesn't work, but they would turn it and make it work. But now this just kind of makes me less excited. Where, I mean, I haven't seen all of Ron Howard's movies. The only ones I can really remember is Apollo 13 and How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Brilliant.
That was kind of killed me.
That's his only good movie.
If it's as good as that, then we're gonna have a great Han Solo film. Yeah, I don't know. I just think it'll probably just be mediocre.
Yeah.
Because Phil and Chris Miller, they've shot like what 75% of the movie already, and they were really close to finishing production. So it's not like Ron Howard. Sorry, made a sound. I don't think he can totally turn around the production and make it like just make the movie a piece of shit. It's not much he can do to ruin it at this point, unless they push back the release date and shoot a whole
new movie.
Shitload more.
Oh boy,
which I don't think they'll do.
No, they're smarter than that.
But it's weird because, like, you know, if she didn't like what he was doing so much, it's kind of stupid that they let them, they hired them in the first place.
Yeah.
B, that they let them shoot that long.
Why don't they just direct the movie themselves? Like, why can't Kathleen Kennedy just be like, here, why don't I do this?
It's actually the Directors Guild.
Right.
It's a Directors Guild rule that somebody who already is a part of the production can't replace a director. You have to get a new director, or else you're breaking guild rules and they can sue you.
Oh, okay.
So that's why like Lawrence Kasdan wasn't brought in to direct, even though he's directed movies before. Yeah. Plus, I mean, if it was anybody, it'd be him. I don't think Kathleen Kennedy's ever directed a movie. I might be wrong.
Well, the only thing I know is that she's in charge of Lucasfilm.
Yeah.
Since it's started.
Well, she's produced a ton of movies. She executive produced Back to the Future, and she was a producer on the Indiana Jones movies and Willow, which is another Ron Howard movie. Probably why she wanted Ron Howard, because she knows she's comfortable with him, and that he was directed by George Lucas in American Graffiti, and so he sort of like knows George Lucas. And actually, I heard that Ron Howard had been offered Phantom Menace. Yeah, he has,
but then he refused because it wasn't his property to direct. Like, he just thinks George Lucas should do it, his own thing.
It's pretty fucking ironic. Now he's like, but if it's two young guys that I don't respect, I'll take over their movie. Seth's just shaking his head.
I fucking hate Ron Howard. Fucking the only good piece of shit he's made is fucking The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. The rest of his fucking shit is shit, dude. Fucking going into wells and shit and in the heart of the sea.
Well, that movie was bad.
Wow.
But I like. Have you seen Night Shift?
No, fuck that.
It's
shit.
good shit,
Fuck
man. And
off.
Henry Winkler's in it. Henry Winkler and Michael Keaton run a
Ooh.
prostitution rink out of a morgue. It's really funny and dark. It's good. I'm a fan personally.
I'll give it a chance.
I'll probably check it out.
Because those are two of my favorite actors, Henry Winkler and Michael Keaton. Those guys are
God, I love that
fucking
Michael
bomb.
Keaton.
Yeah, fuck Ron Howard.
Yeah.
dude.
But when I looked at, and then I looked a little bit more into the news, like they say it's just well, I mean the reason why they, why am I having the most difficult time trying to say their names?
Phil Lord,
Phil Lord,
Chris Miller.
okay, yeah, Phil Lord and Chris Miller. They
It's
split with creative
it's
differences.
easier when people are brothers.
I know, like why can't you call like just like the Russo brothers?
Yeah.
But there wasn't really that much information that they put out, like what exactly was the creative differences. I mean, I think you might obviously tell when the movie comes out, or because it's just like the situation with Rogue One with all the reshoots and stuff, except they never really give us any details on why they had to reshoot it or what was the creative differences.
Yeah, I think they're gonna try to keep that under wraps as much as possible.
Oh yeah, because that'll get a lot of Star Wars fans pissed.
But I feel like because Gareth Edwards was a little bit more like involved in the creative process near the end of, and he was he like promoted the movie.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of kept it quiet, but like Edgar Wright has done interviews about Ant-Man, and I feel like Phil Lord and Chris Miller will probably go into like why things happened the way they did.
Well, so far from her film, they said they were trying to make Han Solo into a comedy.
Right.
So I guess Star Wars doesn't want to make their movies comedies, even though there's lots of humor in it.
Well, I feel like it's weird because why would you hire Phil Lord and Chris Miller if you didn't want a comedy? All their movies are comedies.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I just don't get it. Maybe I wasn't there, but it seems to me there was some sort of miscommunication.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. I fucking don't know. That movie comes out in like a year from now, and I fucking imagine what the actors think.
Probably.
Well,
be
like
disappointing.
my problem is if it's
Probably
like
thinking,
that.
I don't know where I'm going to put all this money that I have.
Yeah.
Or all the billions of dollars and counting.
But I'd be frustrated as an actor if
Well,
that happened.
like the problem is they've shot 75% of it, and if they're trying to shoot a comedy, they've already shot 75% of it.
Mm.
Then what is Lucasfilm going to do to change that?
Right.
Use CGI, special edition.
And I think he's gonna, because the schedule originally was that they had 3 more weeks of shooting, and then they were gonna do 5 weeks of reshoots to fill in what Lucasfilm wanted to change about it. So Ron Howard will probably finish the movie, then they'll do a cut, and then he'll just do the actual scheduled reshoots, but change the tone, reshoot some of the scenes that need to be less funny or have a different tone than they wanted.
Which is ridiculous.
I don't know if I could take a Han Solo movie very seriously. Even after, the original trilogy and even The Force Awakens, when they did a lot with Han Solo, I feel like there's really not much you could do with his past other than just, here's how he got the Millennium Falcon. Here's how he met Chewbacca.
Yeah, it's just going to be Monsters University. It's going to be which I actually like, but it's just going to be oh, I meet Chewie, and oh, we're not friends, but then we become friends, and there's going to be a scene where he's like, I like this vest, and he puts on the vest, or maybe Woody Harrelson has the vest the whole time, and then he dies, and he gives him the vest or something stupid. It's gonna be just how all the things happen. Then the climax is gonna be him winning the Kessel Run. Yeah,
they won't even just show it. Lando Calrissian would just be like, "Hey, how about a gambling game?" And then cut, and you just get.
Oh yeah. He'll get the
It's like the fan
he
forced
won't
it.
have the Millennium Falcon until the last scene of the movie. Because he'll have to win it from Lando. Fuck. So Lando will be driving it, and he'll be like, I really like this ship. He's like, you're never gonna get this ship, buddy. You're never gonna drive my ship.
You sound just like Donald Glover.
I was trying to sound like Billy D. Williams.
Fuck. It's got a great cast, too.
You scoundrel coming around here.
God.
Why? You double-crossing. Hello, buddy. Doesn't sound any
shit. You said it, man. Fuck.
Fuck, dude. Shit.
You know, I agree. It does have a really good cast.
Fuck Ron Howard.
Got a great cast. I really like Alden Ehrenreich. I loved him in
Hail Caesar.
Hail Caesar.
I really liked him in that one.
He was my favorite performance in that movie.
And there's also Woody Harrelson. I like him in a lot of movies.
Emilia Clarke.
Game of Thrones. I know her filmography isn't that great because, you know...
Genesis.
Genesis. But, I mean...
Dude, fuck you guys. Me Before You, that shit kicks, dude. That fucking shit. I saw that shit 5 times in the theaters.
Oh my god. That's about as many times they try to make Terminator movies.
I thought Terminator Genesis was probably, like, my 3rd favorite Terminator movie. I mean... I know you love Terminator 4 for some reaon, but I fucking Jackson, right?
Oh yeah, it's a new Terminator 2.
I mean Terminator 3 is just like nothing, and it's just like a remake of Terminator 2. At least Genesis was like funny because it was bad, like it was like really corny.
Well, and Arnold's great.
Kind of like and young
Arnold has a really good performance in Genesis, man.
I love
Arnold. It's just kind of like if you cast like say like Arnold is just kind of like the new, like say I don't want to say Johnny Depp or just like one of those recurring acts.
I've never heard that. Arnold
is the new Johnny Depp. That's pretty good.
But like he's one of those recurring actors that would come out as a character, and he usually plays the character really well, even if it's just having like a straight face and monotone voice, but that fits with the Terminator.
I'm a Johnny Depp fan. I don't know anything about his personal life, and I'm sure he's a bad person. I mean, whatever. But I love his acting, and I do think Johnny Depp plays different characters in every movie. I don't think he just plays the same character every time. I think that's an unfair criticism. I mean, I don't know. A lot of people don't agree with that. A lot of people think that he's just Jack Sparrow in every movie now.
It's fucking what he is, Kirby.
Whatever, bro. That's fine that you think that. But
I
will always fuck with Tonto.
Fuck Ron Howard.
fuck Johnny Depp.
Fuck everyone, man.
Okay, so, yeah, that's the news.
Nice leeway, Jackson.
Good stuff. Okay, well, let's move on then.
So, I mean...
And on another note...
I'll be pretty optimistic for Han Solo. Maybe Ron Howard could do some good out of it, but we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Just depends. Okay, so now let's get into movies. So we're going to be talking about 3 movies. One movie I'd like to mention that we all decided not to see, even though I don't know if Kirby saw it. Transformers: The Last Dark Moon of the Come.
Definitely not going to see that.
I'm seeing that shit tonight, son.
I thought about seeing it. Like, I really want to see all the stuff with the Nazis
and
King Arthur. That's so funny to me. Just like Transformers fighting Nazis, hilarious. I would watch a whole movie of that, but it's not worth it to me to see.
That's like when Transformers 4 was like advertising there would be dinosaurs.
Like
that would be like
Dinobots,
it's not
son.
Dinobots.
Dinobots, son.
2 hours of Mark Wahlberg being like, "Wow, that's crazy, right? You're a Transformer, right? That's crazy. Oh my god, that's crazy."
Take an interest in science.
Well, but isn't half an hour of it like the Nazi stuff and the like?
That's what I've heard.
I don't want to watch like fucking Hannibal Lecter's like. So the Transformers, they were out there. I've heard like in an interview that he doesn't know what the movie's about and like doesn't understand it, even having watched it. He's like, "Oh, I don't know what that movie's about." But Mark Wahlberg's just like, "I'm an inventor. That's crazy."
Did you hear what he said about Michael Bay?
Hey, Texas strong, you know? That's crazy. No, what did he say about? What did I say about Michael Bay? I bet it was crazy.
No,
right?
Anthony Hopkins.
Oh.
He said that Michael Bay is one of the best directors he's worked with.
Oh.
And that his mind is truly magnificent.
That's so funny.
Somebody better wave that money right in front of the camera and just let him say the line.
I love the fucking Ben Affleck commentary on Armageddon, where he's talking about,
Oh.
like, he's like, wait, why does it make sense that diggers would be better, like, learning how to be astronauts than astronauts learning to be diggers? And then Michael Bay was like, shut the fuck up, Ben. You're just gonna don't ask stupid questions like that.
I watched a clip that was from Transformers 5, and it was just like this scene where, like, there's like the, obviously you have the Megan Fox model actress here,
Right.
and then
Hell
Mark
yeah.
Wahlberg and Anthony Hopkins. I could not understand a single thing he was saying. He was spitting out his lines like this. Like, the British lady's just like, now what is going on here with their bad British accent?
That's what I'm
Is that what
wondering
she sounded
too.
like, dude?
And then
God.
Anthony Hopkins is just like, oh, you see with the Transformers.
Here's the thing, dude.
Introductions. Mr. Vivian Wembley, Master of History, Oxford, Doctor of Philosophy, also Oxford, and Doctor of Letters, again, Oxford, I think.
Here's the thing. The only reason I like the Transformers is because they sexualize women. Like, I love when women get disrespected on camera.
So you watch it, Michael Bay's Victoria
Dude,
Victoria's
Teenage
Secret
Mutant Ninja
commercials.
Turtles 2, I watched the other night. Megan Fox shows her stomach twice within the first 5 minutes. So I
Damn.
decided to watch it.
Damn, dude.
Damn good film.
Everybody knows you gotta watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for Will Arnett's
Oh.
masterful performance.
Oh, you see his wiener too.
I haven't seen that movie, but I'm assuming you get to see Will Arnett's fat wiener.
I wish.
Yeah.
You get to see Megan Fox's.
her wiener. Nice. Love that shit.
Okay.
Fuck Ron Howard.
So yeah, we. Okay, so yeah, we're not interested to see Transformers except for Seth. He's gonna.
Yeah, Seth's
see
gonna
it.
see it. It's really. I didn't see Transformers 4 either.
I think it's gonna be bad.
Fourth is
I
so
saw
bad.
the first 3. I was a younger man then. I was not so wise. I decided instead of seeing Transformers 4, I would go see 22 Jump Street again.
Oh, there
which
you
was a
go.
good decision.
That's a smart decision. I used to.
No man, fuck that shit. Michael Bay is a better director than those two
And Phil and
pricks.
Chris Miller. Michael Bay wouldn't have gotten kicked out.
Michael Bay should have directed the Han Solo movie.
Okay. All right. Anyways, moving along. We're getting into our first movie. Is
Mark Wahlberg is Han Solo. Oh man, Chewie, that's crazy. They're gonna win the Kessel Run. That's crazy, right? Ted, wake up, Ted, wake up.
Anyways, It Comes at Night. So,
Which one is that?
it's a recent horror movie that came out like when The Mummy came out.
Oh god.
So
The
I mean,
Mummy.
did you see it? Did you see It Comes at Night?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I saw The Mummy though.
Oh,
Sadly.
you.
I took my dad to see it for Father's Day. It
Oh.
was real bad.
Oh no.
Real
Kirby.
bad.
Oh. Did you get AIDS from it?
It was Dawn of AIDS. No, it was.
On to the planet of the A's.
No, what's It Comes at Night even about? I should not have come on. I should have done my research.
It's one of. It's mostly like It Comes at Night kind of keeps itself like it keeps the plot a little bit secure and try not to spoil it. It's one of those.
Okay.
I mean, it's just like the best way I could describe it is that the marketing kind of puts out
Did
this
you see
movie.
it, Seth?
Like
Yeah.
You
both
guys
of
can
us have seen it.
You guys can spoiler talk it if you want. Maybe I'll see it, but
Well,
No, we're
actually,
not.
we don't. I don't want to spoil it.
All we're gonna say
because-
basically is that we think everyone who listens to this should see it.
Yeah, they should really
Okay,
go
including me.
see it.
Yeah.
Including you. If you love, it's a different kind of movie
I
for
will
a
say
genre.
this: if you're not,
but-
if you're just an easygoing film like lover, you like going to the movies every few weeks, don't go see It Comes at Night.
Oh my gosh,
You won't like it.
Right.
It's very.
If you're one of those people that don't like slow pace, atmospheric,
good movies.
good movies, then you're probably not gonna like this. You can go back to your Annabelle 3.
Hey, dude, Annabelle is actually a great film. So fuck you. Fuck Ron Howard.
Howard, man.
Fuck Ron Howard.
Especially you, though. Don't fucking talk shit on Annabelle.
Oh.
Fucking pisses my shit. You know what? Fuck this. I'm leaving the podcast.
Oh my gosh.
Fucking pieces of shit.
Seth's walking out.
Oh well. We'll see you later.
Yeah, it's good to see you, Seth.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well,
so you want to talk shit about him?
Yeah, well...
Oh, yeah.
Fuck Seth Orris.
Fuck Seth Orris. Fuck Ron Howard.
But no, I would say that...
Fuck Annabelle.
With It Comes at Night, it's really good. I really like the story. The cast is great. Joel Edgerton is fantastic. Everybody else is really good. They stand out pretty well. The cinematography is also great. It kind of builds up like to this, like, you know, like when you go to like camp and like there's like kids going around the campfire and they're just telling a camp story. They hold like a flashlight right under them and it just kind of creates a scary.
Is it like a throwback kind of deal? Is it like an 80s throwback or something?
Not really, but that's what.
Seth just whacked his head on the wall.
Careful. But it's sort of like, oh no, that's just the way I would describe like the lighting, because like the movie kind of feels really small and secure. I mean, I want to go into this movie a little bit more one day, like an analysis video, because I feel like it's just one of those movies that kind of makes you think.
After everybody gets a chance to see it.
Yeah. I mean, one thing I really like is that even though people are talking about this movie, a little bit of, you know, not getting this movie, but this movie's kind of meant for like people just to think about what the movie was trying to tell them visually, and then they kind of talk about at the end of the movie theater, like, what do you think this mean? You know, I have a theory of this and this.
Right.
So if you love those kind of movies, you'll love It Comes at Night. So we're going to get into our ratings. Seth, what would you give It Comes at Night?
Give it a 9 out of 10.
I agree. I give it an A-.
Super solid type movie. Really good. I like to see it again sometime.
And did it shit your pants?
It didn't shit my pants. I might have.
Right.
You were so close to doing it. I mean, he was sitting right by me, and a lot of times. I mean, there were some really good tension scenes, and he was just kind of like,
I get it. You're like, am I scared?
Yeah.
There were a
Did
few
you get
times.
spooked?
There were a few times when I was really like. There were a few times when I was nervous, but other than that, I'm not like a pussy. I don't get fucking scared.
So Seth, are you a fucking pussy or what?
I guess.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So both of us really like the movie. Kirby, we recommend you.
All right, I'll
see
make
it.
sure to
it's
see
really
it.
good.
I'll make sure to see it soon.
All right, and then after that, I think I'm the only one who's seen it. None of these guys seen this movie, but it was called Megan Leavey, which is based on a true story about
Max 2. White House Max. Isn't that that's actually a real movie though? There's a
there is a Max 2. He protects
Megan
the White
Leavey
House.
Looked like
it's
Max
Olympus
2.
Fallen, but featuring Max.
Olympus has fallen with Max.
No
Max has
way.
fallen. Yeah, Max in the White House. That's the sequel to Max.
Jeez.
So funny. And Max came out the same
Is
week
the
as
bitch
Mad
from
Max.
Gilmore Girls in it?
I don't think the bitch from Bad Santa's in it. No.
Dude, you see her tits in that movie. I love tits.
That's why you love Michael Bay so much.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, you could definitely find his Seth's Facebook for all of you ladies who just got aroused by that.
Seth Austin Orris. Check him out.
So,
what's your Twitter handle?
At Orris17.
At Orris17?
I think it's
S-Orris17.
I think it's Soros17, yeah.
Yeah.
Follow me,
Of the
bitches.
source.
Hit him up on Twitter. My Twitter handle is at Smoothie Johnson. If you know what I mean. It's actually not dick related.
It's got a smooth dick.
Pretty good.
Alright, while Jackson
That's
talks about
smooth.
Megan Leavey, I'm going to step out and take a piss.
So that's gonna go for a smoke break.
All right.
Gonna go.
That's now happening.
Have fun talking about Megan Sheevy.
Damn. So Jackson, what'd you think?
Well,
Maybe.
I liked it. I mean, I guess I'm just kind of one of those people where it's a dogs movie, and if you like movies like, say, Marley and Me, that really gets into you emotionally just because there's cute dogs.
Oh fuck! Does the dog die in this movie?
No, but luckily no dog dies.
Thank fucking God.
But like this movie has a lot of drama with I mean, like I said, it's based on a true story about someone named Megan Leavey.
Right,
who,
Julia Roberts' niece.
she volunteers serving in the army, and she has this she has a German Shepherd who sniffs out for bombs. First thing I gotta say with this movie is that I usually go with positives first and then negatives, but the first act sucked. The main character was really rushed. It's like there's like this basic narration, like I don't belong here. I don't feel like I should be around this places. And then of course it cuts to her, and then she joins in the military. The movie gets better when she meets the dog. Because there's a really good chemistry between them.
The enjoyment of this film is very dependent on being a dog person.
Right. I mean, if you can't get into the cutesy stuff, I still think, the bond with Kate Mara the dog is still pretty believable.
Wait,
because she's like
Julia Roberts' niece. It's not. Who is it? Wait,
Kate Mara.
Rooney Mara's sister.
Oh yeah, Rooney Mara's sister.
I thought for sure it was Emma Roberts from the American Horror Story or whatever.
Oh
Scream
God,
Queens.
That crazy bitch.
I don't. Is she a crazy bitch?
I don't know.
I didn't.
I've heard stuff.
I thought it was Julia Roberts' niece, Emma. Okay. It's Rooney Mara's sister.
I don't know.
Fuck Kate Mara, dude.
Hey, dude, we're still recording.
But there was a really good, I really liked the bond, between, Kate Mara and the dog. I think that's thanks to her performance. I'm usually not a fan of her. It just depends on what movies she's in. And I think, with this director, which she's also done Blackfish. You guys probably seen it. I haven't seen it.
Oh, it's
Blackfish.
The woman who directed Blackfish?
Yeah, the woman who directed Blackfish.
I've met her. I met her at Sundance.
Yeah.
She was really fucking cool and nice. Now I wish I had seen that movie.
Yeah. That's the person who directed it. And it was kind of nice. She knew how to direct some of the emotional scenes really well.
You should see Blackfish. It's definitely good.
Oh, yeah. It's up there in my watch list.
Another sad animal movie.
Oh, yeah. I guess she knows how to make people cry with,
Did you
killing
cry?
animals. I was so close. I didn't want to, but there was lots of moments.
Did you spoil the movie?
Oh, no.
No.
Well, I mean, if you look this up, you'll basically spoil it, because, this is based on real life. But basically, there's
doesn't die.
Part of the movie where, like, Kate Mara and the dog get separated, and it gets really... This is why I say if you like dog movies, you'll probably love or hate this movie, because it would honestly, I really can't watch this movie again because I'm a dog lover and I just fucking love dogs. I have 2 of my own.
Right.
You watch Marley and Me?
Yeah.
Would it fuck with you?
Only.
Dude, fucking.
It fucked with me because
it fucked with me.
I had a big dog that had just barely died. My dog Daisy, and she was a lot like Marley.
Oh.
And it was really just hard. Like I was like. How old were we when that movie came out? Well, when did that
was
movie
like
come out?
2008 or 9.
Yeah, I don't know. I was like 10 or 11. I sobbed in the theater. I probably ruined other people's movie going experience.
Owen Wilson's performance in that movie?
Good stuff.
Riveting.
Wow. You gotta get some brekkie. Brekkie can be good for me.
Thanks, Mater.
Oh, that's
You're my best friend.
But no, I think it's very enjoyable. Like I said, if you're a dogs person, I say for a movie, it's fine for the most part. I mean, the only thing that really got me was, like I said, the performance from Kate Mara and the relationship between her and the dog is really interesting.
What's your rating?
I give it like a B. It's good.
All right.
Good. I recommend it if you guys like dog movies, or if you like Olympus Has Fallen 2, Max Saves the White House.
I like Blackfish a lot, so I might check it out.
Yeah, or if you like Blackfish.
Do you think Owen Wilson's best friend in real life is Larry the Cable Guy or Vince Vaughn?
Oh.
Probably Larry the Cable Guy at this point, dude. Fucking.
Yeah, they've done 3 movies together. Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson only done 2, so.
Oh yeah,
they've done 2
Wedding Crashers.
2 incredible films.
I love The Internship.
Wedding Crashers
so
and The Internship.
Yeah.
Josh Gad in The Internship, really good stuff.
Pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
That movie is like the live-action Monsters University.
Did you know? That's true. Did you know Wedding Crashers is one of the top 10 highest-grossing R-rated movies of all time?
Yes.
I didn't know.
It is.
Definitely a good movie. Definitely a fan.
It's very funny.
So
I'll probably see it.
This is a good leeway into Cars 3.
Well, yeah, I was
right?
going to say, you mentioned Tow Mater, and I was like, speaking of Tow Mater, Cars 3 is the next movie, and it's the last one to wrap up for this podcast.
You saw Cars 3, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay, cool. We all
seen
3.
it. What did you guys think of, because I felt like the trailers really got my attention, because when I heard that they were just going to make another Cars 3 movie, I'm like, oh fuck, because after Cars 2, it just, but then, the first teaser got extremely dark, and I was just like, please tell me this is a direction that they're going with, like, maybe they're going to do something harsh, like something that Pixar wouldn't usually do, and then, and then I saw the movie, but first, what did you guys think of Kirby? What did you think of Cars 3?
Well, I want to preface this by saying, I have an almost religious obsession with Pixar from a very young age. And I was disappointed by Cars 2, obviously. I love Cars 1. I think it's great. And I actually think it's underrated. I think people have applied their negative memory of Cars 2 to Cars 1. And
the first one's not bad.
I think Cars 1 fits in right with the Pixar Golden Age. I'd say it's at least, probably better than A Bug's Life, even. I am a very big fan of A Bug's Life. But Cars 2 was pretty devastating for me, honestly. I was really, really broken up by it. But even before the trailer to Cars 3, I had a feeling it was going to be good. Because I had read what they were talking about doing with it, and it kind of sounded like they were doing a close to retirement age Lightning McQueen. And he was getting older. I think that's a really interesting take. So, and I was really excited by the first trailer.
Yeah.
I loved the movie personally. I think it is surprising. I mean, if you just watched Cars 2, you wouldn't think the next thing they were going to do was what they did. And I think Brian Fee is great. He's in a movie that I really like called Tracy that is, the guy who made Monsters University made it, and it's this, really stupid, funny mockumentary that is great. But I think, at the beginning, I was like, this is all right. I like Cars 1. It felt a lot like Cars 1, and I was like, this is fine. And then the crash happened, and I was like, that's awesome. Love the crash scene. But then after that, for a little bit, I was like, this kind of feels like a fake movie. Like they're kind of trying to do a Pixar movie, but it's not really a Pixar movie. But then the third act, I loved. I love the stuff with Doc Hudson's mentor.
Yeah.
I love the final race. I mean, I don't want to spoil too much, but I really love Cruz Ramirez, and I thought that her relationship with Lightning McQueen was a really good anchor for a movie.
All right.
What did you think, Jackson? You seem to not like it as much as I liked it.
Well, actually, I'm going to lean towards Seth first. What do you think of it?
Seth and I saw it together.
We did. I really like it. I honestly, I don't know. I don't have way too much to say about it, but I will say these following things. I think the story's great. I see it as kind of like a Logan / Wonder Woman movie if they were put together. Like feminism meets old man.
Right.
And Lightning McQueen has a lot of really actually good scenes that really progress his character in this movie. I really like that. I really like Tow Mater in this movie, actually. I think he's used very wisely.
Well, because I think that he is not as bad a character as everybody thinks he is, but I think, just by using him in those key moments...
It's kind of fine as a side character.
It felt like, okay, I can get behind him. And I'm glad, they really covered their relationship in the first two movies, especially in the second movie. It was, all about Tow Mater feeling like he doesn't have a best friend, and then him and Lightning are best friends. But I just think that, Lightning McQueen sort of making the transition that he makes in this movie, and then, the way that sort of is a physical transition as well, is something that I think is great. I love it. I'm like, I guess I'm biased. I think it's probably, if I was ranking it among Pixar, it wouldn't be like in the top 10 Pixar movies even, but it definitely, among the sequels, I think is a better movie than Finding Dory. And well, maybe at least on par with Finding Dory. Like, I'd say that they're equals.
I agree.
I think the whole critic review thing is tainted by Cars 2. I think no matter what, some people would have felt like they couldn't get behind a Cars movie.
I thought it was okay. It was fun. I liked it. It felt like the first movie a lot. Actually, it's a lot like the first movie, just a bit.
Where, like, tonally, it's a lot like the first movie.
Yeah, because like Lightning McQueen, like he wants to achieve something. In the beginning, he kind of makes it out as a goal. He's a little bit damaged, and he tries to work his way, and then he learns something, and then at the last race of the movie, he sacrifices something. To not lose the race. Do the right thing. To do the right thing. The first one did it by helping out a crashed car, and then in this one, I won't give it away, but
like, I don't know. That is one thing you can say about Monsters University. I honestly love Monsters University, and I think that the guy who made it, Dan Scanlon, is brilliant. I think the movie has some flaws, and I mainly just think the ending of Monsters University is great. The first hour is kind of like just fine.
And I didn't hate the first Cars movie. I thought it was enjoyable. Like, the only thing I wasn't a fan of is the concept. I mean, the idea of, like, if I were a kid, I would love this idea. But I feel like that's just an idea that appeals to kids. And one thing I appreciate a lot from Pixar, from their movies, is that they would try to appeal to all people.
Right. But I think you have to have a sort of, like, there's an adult side to the Cars movies, because you can...
Yeah.
A lot of it is about getting older and, like, losing things. And in the first movie is a lot about that town sort of losing what made them who they were. And maybe, I don't know, I've obviously read into these movies a lot more than some people would, but what I was going to say was, like, Monsters University, of all the Pixar sequels, is the least like the original, which is kind of an interesting part about it. Like, Finding Dory follows a lot of the same beats as Finding Nemo.
It does.
Toy Story 2 and 3 are both obviously great films that stand apart, but Toy Story 2 and 3, like, 3 and 2 aren't that different from a story structure standpoint. Thematically, I think they're a lot different, and I love both films. But, like, something that... Cars 2 actually is a lot different than Cars 1 and sucks, so not a good point. But I would rather have something closer to Cars than further away from it, you know? I'd rather have... For a Cars 3, I'd rather have it be like the first one than be nothing like the first one.
Right.
You know?
Or at least, instead of going commercial route like the second one.
Right. And I think that's an interesting thing, like, there's a big section of the movies about how he doesn't want to be just a toy. He's like, I don't want to just sell mud flaps, I want to be good for what I am.
Yeah.
And I think that the movie mostly is about making Lightning McQueen a character, sort of redeeming him in the cultural eye. I think it's an interesting thing to do. Yeah,
that is kind of interesting. I mean, this movie reminds me a lot of, for some reason it reminds me a lot of Creed mixed with Rocky 3, where, the main hero has a new opponent who is stronger, and obviously one thing when I was watching it, I was just thinking, please do something different than just getting stronger and stronger, or just getting an update. And, like, I like what the ending was going for, or just the whole theme of this movie is passing the torch. Yeah. And I feel like there are some movies that do it better, but I'm not not saying that this one did it poorly. It's just like it did it pretty fine.
Look, I know I'm in the minority. I know I'm in the minority about loving Cars 3, but
I love it.
I do. I love it. You're right. I mean. But I think that's a good argument for the movie being good.
Yeah, and I think some kids' movies also done this sort of thing, too. I can't really think of one on the top of my head, but...
Well, I don't know, because I think it is trying to lead you in the direction of going that he's going to win in the end. And I think thematically saying sometimes it's time to stop, but that doesn't mean that you're done.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean that you've used all of your worth. Because, again, I keep on going back to Monsters University because the guys who made these two movies are, like, really good friends. Mm-hmm. And I think are from the same sort of school of Pixar. I think they have the same sort of backgrounds, but like they're both of those movies are kids movies that have themes that not a lot of animated movies have.
Yeah,
you know, sort of. Sometimes you're not good enough.
Yeah, it's really nice that they put it out. This movie kind of shares some of the same themes with Monsters University, where like say either you're not good at something or you could stop, but that doesn't mean you have to keep trying. And sometimes which I really like that. For
you work as hard as you can and you're still not there. Yeah. You're still not as good as somebody else, but that doesn't mean that your value isn't there. Mm. There's not something for you to do. Yeah. So like, I just think that it's better than it's been given credit for, I think. I don't think it's a bad. I wouldn't call this a bad movie, because I was kind of surprised. I actually sat down and I was entertained throughout the movie. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was the animation was really neat to look at. I mean, Pixar is really good with their animation at this point, right? Obviously, it's cute and colorful to look at. Story's pretty good. It has some funny jokes.
Lightning McQueen and Sally have sex.
They do. They do. A vigorous, passionate sex scene for 10 minutes of the movie.
It's in the deleted scenes.
It's definitely.
It's in the post-credit scene.
You can see it in your porno theater.
They know kids won't stay post-credits, so
right. They want to give the fans what they want. Yeah. There's definitely, it's weird. They definitely he's just got primer and she's like, I like your sexy fucking body.
Oh my gosh.
And then she's like, but you smell like ass. It's really weird how sexual their interactions are.
Are they in a relationship?
They are, and he even says, I love you. And she's like, I love you, too. They, love each other. So, but I don't know, why they aren't just married yet.
I think maybe they are. I saw a ring on his...
How do you put a ring on a fucking car? How do you put a ring in its tire? The tires are supposed to be the hands. That's why the concept is so weird.
Maybe it's the the hubcaps. They have a diamond. You get a diamond
the ring on the.
Do you see other diamond hubcaps on the other married cars?
A ring on the rearview mirror, but you don't see his fucking rearview mirror. That would be through his eyes.
Wait, why would cars need rearview mirrors?
I don't think they have rearview mirrors. Because
there's nobody driving the cars.
That's what I meant. I put it on his
I've actually done quite a bit of thinking about the Cars universe, and I think that. They're all sacks, these big fleshy sacks that need cars to live in, but they're like hermit crabs. You know how hermit crabs leave their shell and get into a new shell when they grow older? I think that's what cars do, because they grow up. Cruz Ramirez in the movie is talking about how she used to be a teenager. So,
but it doesn't look like. Oh, actually, this is one kind of a point where I kind of have a problem with this movie. Is that I understand that Lightning McQueen is getting old, except it doesn't really. I mean, I guess you can get through with this or don't care, but personally, I didn't feel like he was old.
He looked the same.
He looks like Lightning McQueen.
But it makes sense.
Maybe if he was damaged or scratched, or maybe if it was more used looking, he would look a little bit older. But I'm just not convinced. He seems like an old man. My question is. As old as what most people.
Those new cars that are on the racing scene. Yeah. Are they babies? Were they just born? If they're new and look totally different, because does that mean Lightning McQueen was just barely born at the beginning of Cars 1? Cars
they even 1 have
starts
little cars
right after,
as little
Cars
kids.
Is a baby.
How does that work?
They have little kid cars. That's what makes me think that it's the hermit crab thing. But once you get into your adult car, you can't get a new one because
Buddhism.
Yeah, Buddhism. What, I don't know, Jackson Storm, how is he just barely a new car and also an adult? Also, I appreciated that it was,
although wait, if he was...
Army Hammer, the Lone Ranger, plays Jackson Storm. Pretty good stuff.
Oh, did I mention Kirby Saxton's a huge fan of
the Lone Ranger? Yeah, I'm just a big Gore Verbinski nut. I
don't blame you. I like his movies.
Gore Verbinski makes me nut.
God, I love that Pirates and Rango.
I love Pirates 1 through 3 a lot. I love Rango. I love Lone Ranger.
Man,
I think he's great.
So, what would you guys give your basic overall thoughts and
what's my rating on Cars 3?
However you like to do. You could do like a 10 out of 10 or 5 stars or what I do gradings like A pluses and stuff. Seth does numbers. So,
ooh,
fucking math.
Do I have to make a new one?
Maybe.
Like because I don't want to be like your guys's. Gotta have my own separate one.
You could be the one to stand on your own, or you could just say go see it.
Yeah, I'd probably give it like an 8 out of 10.
Oh,
7, maybe 7.5.
All right.
7.5 out of 10.
I'm same thing. I'm 7 or 8 out of 10, son.
All right.
Fucking good movie. See it with the kids. See it with your child.
Yeah,
see it with your board.
I think if you hate the Cars movies, then it's probably not going to change your mind.
Oh yeah.
But if you like Pixar a lot and you like Cars 1, you'll like it.
Yeah. It's an
if you like
enjoyable
Cars 2,
movie.
you'll really like it.
Oh yeah.
True.
Especially if
you
you're a
love Cars
2-year-old
2, then
boy.
you must love this universe.
You must love Cars a lot.
You must buy its merchandise.
If you love planes, you're gonna go butt fuck over Cars 3.
Fuck, I've never seen Planes.
I saw the first 5 minutes of Planes Fire and Rescue.
Oh.
It was really quite bad, but it was kind of like the whole premise of that movie is that Dusty Crop Hopper like gets a nut, like a something gets inside of his nut or something.
What?
Or no, like he loses a bolt or something, and he can't fix it, so he has to retire from plane racing, which I didn't even know plane racing was a thing. But he has to retire from that and become a firefighter. And then it becomes like a 9/11 allegory.
What the hell?
It's riveting stuff.
I gotta see this now.
I'm definitely never gonna finish watching it. The first Planes, I think, is just like a remake of Cars, but instead of a big-time racer having to learn to slow down, it's about a crop hopping, like a crop duster plane in the small town trying to make it big time.
Oh wow.
That.
Yeah, I recommend Cars 3. One thing I like to say is that I really love the Pixar movies as well, especially the older ones. I don't mind some of the new ones. I really liked Inside Out a lot.
Yeah.
But, I mean, comparing this to, say, like, Cars... this is just, like, how I feel about Cars 1, where it's just a pretty fine movie. And I'm just looking at this as, like, if I'm looking at this as like Toy Story, Monsters Inc., Incredibles, it is really disappointing for me because I know that Pixar can do better.
But how could you be disappointed at this point? Because
well, I mean, Cars 2 set a new low, and then it did do better, which I was
Cars 2,
thankful.
It's like Brave, which
Brave was
not great.
Not
great.
I
don't know. I like Brave. I think it's good, but it's not. It's not.
I just think
stuff. Cars 2, Brave. I mean, basically, since Cars 2, the only great, like, next-level Pixar movie has been Inside Out.
Yeah.
And so I would say Cars 3...
The Good Dinosaur.
Yeah, I'm not
I haven't
not
seen
a fan
that.
of The Good Dinosaur. I don't like
that. Doesn't look that great. No, I mean, I just think...
It's really sad. Yeah. That one made me feel worse than Cars 2 because I didn't even remember Good Dinosaur. Like, walking out of the theater, I had forgotten what happened during the movie.
Oh, yeah.
It was really forgettable. But I'd say Cars 3 probably fits in with, like, Finding Dory. Like from a quality standpoint, maybe like around.
I think it's better.
I think
Fuck Finding Dory.
Both of those, honestly, Finding Dory and Cars 3 both made me cry.
Really?
And I don't know if it's just because they're manipulative or if it's because like I just feel really connected to the characters. But I loved the ending of Cars 3. I mean, that really got to me.
That could be it. I mean, I just feel like Pixar could do a little better. Like, they're fine. It's a fine movie.
Yeah,
I like it. It's enjoyable. I would, like, even if I had kids, I wouldn't even bother to, like, take them to see it and have a good time. But, I mean...
Pixar can do better, but...
Yeah, they could do better.
They have to. I mean, like, the reason Inside Out, if you look at all the movies after Cars 2, Inside Out's the one Pixar movie that has one of the like one of the first. That's Seth just did an epic trick with a fidget spinner. Just to be clear.
Yeah, I think you could kind of tell with.
So, Inside Out, directed by Pete Docter. So the first directors of Pixar were John Lasseter, Pete Docter, Andrew Stanton, and Brad Bird and Lee Unkrich.
Yeah,
those are the guys. And so like Andrew Stanton did Finding Dory, but it's a sequel. But the only original movie made by one of those first 5 guys was Inside Out. It was the best one they've made.
Yeah.
So they need to. So Coco, I'm really excited for because it's
that looks good. I can't wait to look for
original.
Yeah.
So they need to be doing more original movies, and if they want to make them good, they either need to, like,
step up their game,
have the same guys who did it before,
or maybe just do like Toy Story 2, like do something.
But you have to realize
different.
Eventually they're all going to die, and I think a group of artists like those guys only show up in the same place and make a group of movies every like 20 or 30 years. I mean, like Walt Disney in the 40s and 50s, and then like Chuck Jones, I would say, but then in the 90s Disney Renaissance, and then Pixar. But like other than that, a group of artists making those kind of animated movies doesn't happen very often.
Yeah.
And eventually you knew it was going to have to stop. I mean, I didn't because I was stupid, but
yeah. These Pixar movies, usually they like to go with, like, they'll take a lot of original ideas, and then they'll turn it into something really interesting, or, because, like, I know, like, Inside Out wasn't a totally original idea, because I've seen some short films that's done it, but I think it took it farther, like, say, what would happen if they get lost, or what would happen if a girl is going through, like, troubles with their parents.
Well,
and
they really did their research on it too.
Yeah.
They like talked to a lot of psychologists about it beforehand, and
yeah. And I don't mind doing Pixar sequels. I mean, I'm really looking forward to the only Pixar movie I really want to see is Incredibles 2.
Yeah.
And they're finally going to do it.
It's coming out in a year.
I mean, yeah, and then like when it comes to like, Monsters University or Cars 3, with those movies, even though Monsters University isn't really a sequel, it's a prequel, but like they're kind of doing these ideas where it's just like, I don't really care for these. Like, I don't mind doing a movie for like how Sully and Mike met or how they get in college or something like that, but it's just like, okay, it's not like I really want to see that, but alright.
And it's sort of a flawed business model because they're having all their young directors like start with sequels. So they have them start with short films really, but then like you have Dan Scanlon, you have Brian Fee doing these sequels. You have Pete. They were gonna have somebody else do Cars 2, but then they ended up just replacing that guy with John Lasseter because he was doing a bad job. But like then it seems like these guys aren't creative because like critics don't love Monsters University or Cars 3, but really it's because nobody really wants sequels to these movies. Right. I'm okay with them, but I mean, I guess Brave and Good Dinosaur were original movies with new directors that didn't work out well, but I mean, I think giving new people a chance to do something that original that they really want to do, and not just sort of letting them do a sequel.
I support that. I wouldn't mind having new faces directing new Pixar movies. I think they just need like if they ever have a really interesting, unique idea that would sound like it would work great as like WALL-E or Finding Nemo or Toy Story, that would be great.
Oh, I want to point out that I loved the music in Cars 3.
Oh yeah, the music was really fun.
Good. Randy Newman was the star of that movie for me. I just kept thinking about the score for like Toy Story 2 and 3. I mean, I don't know. That's just some great.
I was disappointed because no Rascal Flatts singing "Life is a highway." I want.
Honestly, there's Cars 3. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. No Rascal Flatts. Not enough Mater.
Mater's not best friends with Lightning McQueen anymore.
He doesn't say, "You're my best friend."
I want to tell you guys what I think should have happened. I think I could have written a better Cars 3 script. So there's a part in the movie where Lightning McQueen doesn't know what to do, and he gets on Skype with Tow Mater.
Oh.
And they're talking, and he's like, I just don't know what to do.
How did cars use iPads?
That's what I was fucking thinking, dude.
But they have tires, they don't have hands. Like, yeah.
Maybe they use their...
Maybe
Maybe they
like,
have, like, a pair of invisible arms that come out of the front, like Homestar Runner.
Or maybe there's, like, big buttons that they use.
Right. So what were you going to say,
Right,
Seth?
yeah, sorry, Seth. Go ahead.
He asks, what should I do? And then Tow Mater's like, oh, I got nothing. But I think what he should have been is like, what should I do, Tow? And then Tow Mater's like, be my best friend. And then you get that be my best friend part. And then Lightning McQueen. And then the rest of the movie, Michael Caine comes in and is like, I need you guys for another adventure. And then they go on another adventure with Michael Caine for that second part of the movie. And then they give Lightning McQueen this, like, spy power and he can race faster. He goes and beats Jackson Storm.
God.
He uses rocket
A turbo booster. Vin Diesel gets in the movie. Vin Diesel's like, we family now.
We family now. You gotta be my family now.
And then they get Paul Walker's voice in there.
Yeah,
like
archival footage of Paul Walker and Paul Newman.
And Paul Walker's just like, thought you could just say goodbye.
Dude, you fucking just.
You should do that after Wonder Woman 2.
Man.
And then when
maybe this will all be in the director's cut.
And then when Vin Diesel, it's ending, him and Lightning McQueen are driving, and he's like, whether we're halfway across the world or a quarter mile apart, you'll always be my brother. And then they drive separately.
Mater says, Mater's like, whether we're half a world away or half a mile apart,
you're still
my best friend. And then they drive into a fork in the road.
It's fucking brilliant, man.
Yeah, dude. You just fucking... They should hire you.
I know. I
can't believe that
You know,
shit.
last time we were talking about Wonder Woman and he pitched an idea.
No, I pitched actually a really kick-ass Wonder Woman idea that Jackson really liked.
Yeah.
A lot of people I've told have really liked it. But yeah.
Hire Seth to do your DC movies.
Yeah, man. Make Seth...
Hire him to do Suicide Squad 2.
Get rid of Joss Whedon. Replace him with Seth.
Fuck Joss Whedon. Fuck Ron Howard, dude. Let me direct Han Solo.
Yeah. Let Seth direct the Han Solo spin-off movie. He'll give you what you want. What you really, really want.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so...
Alright, everyone.
That was our thoughts on Cars 3 and all of those movies. Thank you all for listening to this or watching this. You can obviously find us... Seth, where can they find you?
Facebook, Seth Austin-Orris. Twitter, Source17. And Instagram, Blackland Photography. YouTube, Seth Orris. You can check out a short film I made called Get Off My Lawn.
You can find me at Smoothie Johnson on Twitter. You can find me Kirby Saxton on Instagram. If you can figure out how to spell that. Probably look up Kirby Saxton and you'll find me. I'm on YouTube, Kirby Saxton. Got a lot of stuff on there. I just taught a film fundamentals class and the kids' movies on there and a bunch of other shit that I've made. Yeah, Facebook, Kirby Saxton. Yeah.
There you go. And you can find me at Instagram at I Directed Jackson. You can also find...
That's a good one.
And you can also find me on YouTube with all my original films and some reviews. And you can also... I finally got another... I got Twitter now. It's just called Jackson A's... I think it's 4 or 14. I don't keep up with this.
It's alright, he follows
Twitter
me
shit.
on Twitter, so you can.
But you can follow me on Twitter, and then you can just see my lovely dicks.
I follow
John Ratzenberger, star of Cars 3, follows me on Twitter, and so does Tayson Day, writer of the amazing song "Chocolate Rain."
No way.
Which is 10 years old this year.
I used to have like on my first Twitter, I used to have Tom Hardy follow me.
Damn.
Like, I tried to, like, check if it was fake, but it was, like, his official... And I was just like, okay.
Jackson's on that 24/7 Twitter grind.
So you can definitely find me on Twitter. So, we'll see you guys later. Jackson out.